Online public speaking students, it is May 26th and we are getting started. I'm starting my summer semester with a delightful cold or allergies or something, I don't know. So please forgive me if I cough and snot and am generally unattractive during this video announcement. I wanted to start this way to give you some basic information. If you're like me, sometimes it's easier if you hear it rather than just reading it in the syllabus to go over everything. I'm not going to go over every little tiny detail, but I'm going to hit the highlights. So this is going to take a few minutes. Get something to drink, sit back. I'm going to go through a few things here. All right. So this is online public speaking. If you've never taken an online class before, I will tell you that online classes in general are not easier than seated classes, okay? Because you have to keep on top of things. You have to be proactive. You're not going to see me other than like this. And so I can't be telling you in class twice a week, all right, remember you got this coming up, remember you got to do this. I will do my very dead level best to keep you apprised of everything in the weekly announcement. I will have an announcement up each week that says, here's what we're doing this week. Weeks run Monday to Sunday for me, or in this case, Tuesday to Sunday. You already have a schedule that tells you when all the topics are and when the speeches are due. Now, there'll be specific things in there like, discussion boards and stuff that aren't listed on that schedule, but it gives you the basics. So I will try my best to keep you, on top of what is coming, but you've got to be proactive. And add to that in a summer session, we have to cover the same amount of material as the 16-week spring or fall class in 10 weeks. So this sucker's going to move. Okay, I'm just telling you now, it's going to go fast. You are not going to have tons of time in between speeches. Like 2 weeks in between speeches is not a lot. So you really have to stay on top of things if you want to be successful in this class. I will do whatever I can to help you, but it's really important that you log in a bunch of times each week and really keep on top of what's going on. Okay, here's the other thing about this class. I've sent out announcements via email several times to all of you guys, but some of you may have just registered, or maybe you hadn't been checking your email because you're like, classes haven't started, why do I care about my email? Either way, here's the deal. To do this class online, you have to be able to gather an audience of at least 5 adults without children that are going to be distracting or dogs or whatever. 5 adults who can sit and watch you deliver your speech to them live. Okay? You have to be able to record that and upload it to my YouTube channel, which I will give you the I got to change the password and everything for it. I just realized that. That I will give you the information for. Now, you can make it private so nobody can see it but those of us with the login to the channel. Okay, so you don't have to worry about random people in Pakistan looking at your video, but you have to have 5 people watching you live because, and this is key, I don't want you to deliver your speech to the camera. You're not talking to the camera, you are talking to your audience. That's what makes it public speaking. Interaction in the moment with people watching you live. You have to be able to do this 5 times. If you can't do that, if you don't have the technology to record, if you can't find 5 adults who can 5 times this in the next 10 weeks come and watch you, if you can't do that, you can't do this class online. I have a hybrid version that does all the testing, discussions, readings, and everything online. And we meet 5 Fridays this summer, starting this coming Friday, the 29th, to deliver speeches. So you have a built-in audience in the class. If you cannot do it this online way, that may be an option, or you have to wait and take it a different semester. But I will not accept speech videos that do not clearly have you speaking to an audience in the moment. I won't take them. I won't grade them because it's public speaking and you have to have at least a tiny audience there, at least 5 people watching you deliver it live, that you are making eye contact with them and interacting with them. Okay? If you have any questions about that, feel free to email me or put it in the questions forum of the discussion board. But this is non-negotiable. If you do not have an audience, I will not grade the speech. And my policy is if you miss one speech, you get a 0 for that speech. If you miss more than one, you're dropped from the course because the point of this class is the speeches. And if you miss more than one, you've missed too much. Okay? So this is really, really crucial to know right now whether you can do this or not, because if not, you can't do the class. Okay? All right. So moving on, we're assuming everybody's got a plan, they got an audience, they know what they're going to do. So, and this part doesn't have to have an audience. But by Sunday, I want you to do a test video, okay, that will show me and you that you know how you're going to record technology-wise and how you're going to upload it and everything. You don't have to have an audience for this. All I really want you to do is say, hi, my name is so-and-so, and for my process speech, I'm going to do whatever. The process speech, and will be a description in the assignments tab, is like how to change a tire, how to change a diaper, how to make brownies, how to, wrap a present, how to, I don't know, something. I will approve all of your topics because I want to make sure that you're on the right track and choosing the right kind of thing. And this time we're going to do it via video, just so I know that you've got a plan for how you're going to upload your speeches and everything. Like I say, you don't have to have an audience for this first little topic thing. But by Sunday night, just record yourself saying, hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm going to do whatever for your process speech, and then upload it into the YouTube channel. And then I can go in and look and say, all right, here's what they're doing. That's great. And they know how they're going to record. Okay? So the best way to start would be just to go into the class, look at the syllabus, look at the schedule, the journals, the everything. My goodness, excuse me. I'm still tweaking some things and putting stuff in there. So there'll be more stuff kind of popping up today and tomorrow. But go over everything. You will have discussion boards each week. For the discussion board, I want you to put your answer to the question in by Wednesday night at midnight. And this week, I'll kind of let you fudge it with the due date since we're not starting till Tuesday. But I want you to put your answer to the question in by Wednesday night at midnight. And then you have until Sunday night at midnight to read what everybody else has done and respond to at least 2 of your classmates. Really substantively respond. There is a rubric that you can look at to show what I'm looking for in that discussion board, but it will always follow that same format. And because we're moving so quickly, most weeks you might have more than 1. This week you have 2. So that means for both of them, go in, put your answer in by Wednesday night, then go back in later in the week, read what everybody else has done, and respond to that. I will drop the lowest discussion board grade at the end of the semester, so if you miss one, it's fine, because you really can't make them up. You have to do them in the week that it's happening when everybody else is doing, or it's kind of pointless. Speaking of dropped grades, I will also drop, I'm so sorry, you guys. I will also drop the lowest quiz grade. You have 5 quizzes over the course of the semester, and so I will drop the lowest one of those. I don't drop that to help your average. Okay, now if you take all 5 and one of them you just completely bomb, then that will be dropped and that will help your average. But the reason I do that is so that if you miss one, that'll just be your dropped grade. They're open from Wednesday to Sunday at midnight, so you got a 5-day window to take them. If you can't get it done in those 5 days, then that will be your dropped grade. If you wait until the very last minute on Sunday night and something goes wrong and it kicks you out and it doesn't save your answers, then that's your dropped grade. So just be aware that that's why I drop the grades, is so that I don't have to worry about makeups or who's got a good excuse and who doesn't have a good excuse, blah, blah, blah. If something goes wrong, it's dropped, we move on, okay? I do not drop speech grades, though, so just be aware of that. I will drop a discussion and a quiz grade. You will do a journal. After every speech, you will go back and watch your video and critique yourself. I actually want you to do a preliminary journal entry right now. Do it before you record your process speech, of prior public speaking experience, what you think your strengths and weaknesses will be, if you're worried about particular things, if you're nervous about public speaking, do you think it's going to be easier or harder to do it in front of friends and family rather than an audience of strangers in a class. Just kind of where you are now before you record that first speech, okay? And then after you record your process speech, you'll have another one. The way the journals will work, each entry is worth 10 points. So they will start to add up. You'll start out with 10, 20, 30, whatever. Or if you have 9 or 8 or whatever it is. And then by the end of the semester, it'll add up to, I think, 60, and then you have a longer comprehensive journal entry at the end that will be worth the other 40 points, and we'll worry about that when we get there. But if you do your first journal entry and you get a 10, don't freak out. That's good, okay? Participation is really important. You've got to log in multiple times a week. You've got to do those discussion boards. The school asks us that if somebody logs in but doesn't do any discussion, if you don't do your video by Sunday, if you don't do anything other than just look around in the class, you will be dropped by school policy because they want to know that you're in there participating and active in the course. I think that's it for the basics. Make sure you go over everything. Any questions you have, you can email them or you can put them in the questions forum in the discussion board. But either way, just be aware this class is going to move fast, but I am here to help you. If you need help, if you are confused, if you have 10 million questions, I would rather you ask me 10 million questions and do it right than be like, well, I don't want to bother her, and then screw it up, okay? But I'm not psychic. I don't know you need help unless you ask me, okay? Now, I will say this. I'm going to be a stickler for the deadlines of the speeches, okay? Because we've got to move fast. I've got to be able to grade them, give you feedback that you then use for the next one. So I am not taking speeches late. When it says it's due Friday night at midnight, it is due Friday night at midnight, okay? That's it. Unless you are half dead and have a doctor's note saying she was dead, her head was almost chopped off, that's it, all right? This class moves too fast to be worried about makeups and all of that stuff, so you got to adhere to the deadlines. But I'm here to help you in any way I can. Like I say, I'm going to be adding in a few more things into the course in the next couple of days, but the basics are there. Look around, get acquainted, let me know what questions you have, and I will look forward to seeing all your beautiful faces in your test videos by Sunday night. And I think that's it for the moment. Let me know what help you need getting started, and I'm looking forward to working with you all this summer. All right. Thanks, guys.